pinch punch, first of the month. Does anyone who's not in the UK do that anyway? But yeah, it's a brand new month. It is July already. How did that happen? So it means there's new data up on eRank for me to check out, and hopefully we can figure out what the trends are and find some cool new keywords to look at. So yeah, it's another Steal These Etsy keywords. Let's get started. So to get there, this is my eRank expert account. We go to trends, monthly trends. Of course, I should say I also work for eRank, but they have no input at all in me doing these these videos on this channel. This is all my own. But let's have a look. So I've gone to trends, monthly trends, and this is for June, so the month that just finished. So we can look at, I just hit a light, we can just look at the keywords that were popular for the last month, and it gives us an idea of what things are climbing, what things are dropping, all the stuff. If you want to check out other months, you can just hit this drop down. I don't think you see it on my recording software when I do it, but you can see all the way to April 2022 what was trending for those months. But we're going to stick with June because we want to see the most up-to-date things. If I hadn't mentioned it before, this little fire symbol that you see here for earrings, that's saying not only were they super hot keywords for the whole of the month of June, they were also super hot yesterday. So it's a good thing to keep an eye on. But let's have a look at these keywords, figure out if there's something we can dig deeper into and get an idea of what it is that people are wanting. So first, Father's Day gift. Father's Day is past. So as we expect, we saw last year, there was May and June was a spike for people searching, and then not much through the rest of the year. Again, May and June. So we don't expect much to be in July. So we can totally disregard that for, 8 or 9 months. And if you have Father's Day gifts, you can start thinking about them, because it does look like people come to Etsy for Father's Day gifts, but too late for this year. But at number 2, this has been riding high for a while, is stickers. Now, people are often asking, how is this shop doing so well? And you look and it's a sticker shop. People are buying stickers. It is a fun way to connect with an artist. It's a fun way to personalize stuff. It's a really easy, cheap, and affordable thing. So stickers are popular on Etsy. They're also, depending on how you make them and everything, this is something you could also sell on other platforms. You could sell them on places like Redbubble and stuff like that. Redbubble's really popular for selling stickers. So if your stickers are doing well on Etsy and you're happy with someone else printing them for you and stuff, then yeah, you could do that on Redbubble. Handmade gift. Now we might I haven't decided yet. We might dive into this one more because this is number 3. So ignoring Father's Day gift, handmade gift is still at number 2, really. And this is a thing that started in November. I thought it was just going to be a thing for Christmas, but it's got a pretty good search volume, like consistently. Whether this is something that Etsy's pushing, like maybe on the homepage there's a clickable thing, or this is a full-on search term, people are interested. So what kind of handmade gift things are people looking for? We might look into this, but let's do some more of at least the top 10 or so. Minimalist, for a few months that does seem to have been dropping, but dropping to 120,000 searches a month, Minimalist is still huge. And yeah, look, wall art being number 5, it's almost like you could say minimalist wall art, minimalist decor, how can you combine it with other things? Now, I always say these keywords are not things that most people are going to be aiming for ranking in search. Your superstar keyword being minimalist, you don't want that. But what we're looking and thinking and going is, people who come to Etsy are really liking the minimalist style. So what things do I make? Is my aesthetic good for minimalist? So you could have minimalist wall art if that's something you make, minimalist furniture, minimalist whatever. That's something you could dig into. And let's do minimalist. Actually, I was going to say handmade gift. Let's do minimalist. It's been a trend for a while. Yeah, let's just do it. So if you click on any of the things you find in this trendy thing, trend, monthly trends, you can go to the keyword tool and get some more data on what you've just searched for. So firstly, we get this little old data that's normal, the average searches. I'm looking in the USA. USA is the biggest market on Etsy still. Most people are there. So although I'm in the UK trends, worldwide trends are really similar to the US. So it's always a good idea. I don't know why the searches by country hasn't come up. But probably my internet. But anyway, so we can look at the averages. Average monthly searches, 206,000. Average clicks, so that's the people who've searched. This is a really cool number. Of those 206,000 people who've searched for that, 200,000 of them have clicked on listings they've seen in the search. So that's fantastic. However, there's nearly 3 million of a competition. So this is why I'm saying we don't want our superstar keyword, our most important keyword, to be just the word minimalist. That is too competitive. And yes, this has been a steady decline, but a steady decline to still a really good, a really strong search volume. People are still liking minimalist. Now, is this the best trend to jump on at the minute in time? No, you generally, if possible, you would like a trend that's growing rather than one that's diving. But I don't know why. I just decided to click on this for today to have a look. So search results analyzed. Now this is for the listings that are ranking on Etsy for the term minimalist. This is the top 100 of them have been analyzed. This gives us some really cool data. One thing I like to look at is the average price. Now this is kind of a surprise to me. Those top 100 are averaging a price of pretty much $10. Now, when I think of minimalist, I think of maybe minimalist furniture, but that's clearly not what's selling, because basically Etsy is going to rank at the top the things that it thinks are more likely to sell. So if people are buying furniture a lot, then we're going to see this. Well, they're going to rank high and they're going to be in the top 100. And so the average price would be quite high. So minimalist is actually a lower priced item than I was expecting. Another thing we can look at for the listings, kind of what views have those listings got? Average daily views. Now this doesn't sound much to say just over, of those top 100, they're averaging about 2 daily views a day. That does not sound like a lot. However, however, listings don't get hundreds of thousands of views. Some do, but an average of 1 daily view a day is kind of good. So you don't have to have hundreds of listings, but this is why having more can kind of be a bit good. If you have a conversion rate of, say, 5%, and you only have one listing and it's getting 1 view a day, you're going to need 100 days to get 5 sales. Whereas if you had 100 listings, on average, if they were all getting 1 view a day, then you would roughly get 5 sales a day, if all things were equal. A little tangent here, but it is unlikely if you have 100 listings that they're all going to be getting sales. It's going to just be a few of them. But the more really good listings that are getting some views that you've got, the more people are going to be able to find you. Hopefully the more sales. But Pam is not telling you that you must have 100 listings. You could do well with one listing that was getting 100 views a day. It's just not very common. Hope that little tangent worked. So we can see here this most popular tag. So of those 100 listings for minimalist that are seen in search, what other tags do they have? Now, this is very much showing us minimalist wedding, minimalist jewelry, or thank you card. So, yeah. And then if we look in the categories, wedding invitations, templates, weddings, decorations, signs. So the biggest chunk of the top ranking listings for minimalist are actually to do with weddings. Very interesting. Now, wedding is a super competitive category to get into, but are we narrowing it down a bit to say, now this totally makes sense if you think about a wedding. There have been trends for like Regency core, lots of, flouncy, old schooly lace and pretty stuff for wedding, but minimalist, sleek, elegant designs is always kind of popular. So that does make sense. Let's look down to my favorite area for these things, which is the keyword ideas. Now, you can see for the popular tags, that's the tags that the top 100 listings have, which is really cool to get an idea of stuff there. Or you could search for the related searches, that's other things that buyers are searching for. I like to look at both. Let's see what the buyers and the sellers are talking about. And then we get this. Now, for even before I usually change things. This defaults to the tag occurrence for the things that are ranking for the word minimalist. What has the most tags? So the 100 listings, 26 of them have a tag that says minimalist wedding, and that is by far the top. So very much things to do with a minimalist wedding are ranking pretty hard at the top, but that's not where they're making their sales for, because people just searching for minimalist wedding is not many. What I think is probably happening here is the keyword that people are searching for is too long. So minimalist wedding, you've stuck to 20 characters, so it might be black and white minimalist wedding thank you card might be what people, I'm making that up, but I think you get the idea. So that's part of a keyword instead of being the full keyword. So they've got a thing for a minimalist wedding, but is it a template? Is it a thank you card? Is it an invite? Is it some jewelry for a minimalist wedding? But that just gives you an idea. It's definitely by far the biggest thing for minimalist is people are having minimalist wedding themes. But what I like to do, hit the average searches, and this brings up the highest number of average searches, which is usually the one word tag. As we say, we're not aiming for this as a keyword. It's way too big a thing, but we're seeing what's going on. So we've ranked from the top average searches all the way down, and you can look at all the other data here. I generally like to look at the average searches compared to the competition. So like we've already said, for minimalist by itself, no way too competitive. But let's get some ideas of what's happening. So minimalist thank you cards is a thing, but thank you cards dropping right down, and all sorts of cards are becoming a little less popular. They're not gone, but people are, when they're buying cards, it's few and far between, and they're really good cards. So rather than a mass thank you cards going out, they might buy a special thank you card or a special Christmas card just for a handful of people. Minimalist clip-on earrings. It is minimalist clip-on earrings really, because it's for people who are using the minimalist tag as well. People are searching quite a lot for clip-on earrings. So if you make jewelry, that, although it's still high competition, but what style of earrings do you make? Even straying away, not thinking about minimalist, can you offer clip-on earrings as well? Because a lot of people don't necessarily have their ears pierced, and that's a high search volume. So if you saw, I don't know, dainty dangle earrings, or, well, lesbian earrings, we knew this has been a big thing for a while. Can you also offer that as clip-on earrings? So what was something we found a few months ago, like mushroom acrylic lesbian earrings. Can you also make them clip on? Hey, might as well try and hit all those bases, especially if they're cheap to make. Save the date cards, yes. So I'm seeing definitely if we're doing cards in a minimalist style, that's pretty cool. But yeah, this isn't the standout things. We're just getting an idea of the themes. Minimalist wall art, definitely a thing. We spoke about that already. So you're combining minimalist and wall art. Are there other types of art styles that fit in with minimalist wall art? Not sure. Thank you cards, thank you gifts. Cool, cool, cool. Something that popped up here, I've seen this a few times. This is very bizarre. It's minimalist wallet. I suppose that's like what's the one that everybody's advertising, that they're just like a clip, like little tiny wallets that you just put your cards in, because nobody takes cash anymore. I mean, I still have a wallet, big chunky thing. It's filled with receipts from posting my Etsy things, and I think I have a tiny bit of money in there, like a pound for my locker at the pool, and that's about it. So yeah, people are looking for minimalist, for small wallets, and they're searching for the term minimalist. Interesting. So if you're someone who's leather worker, woodworker, metal worker, they're actually kind of popular ways for to make new wallets. Now I don't know what Caitlin minimalist is. Shall we just Google, because I'm feeling nosy today. I assume that it is somebody and it's copyright and we can't use it, but hey. Oh, it is a person, and it's well done. I totally missed that. It's an Etsy shop. Beautiful shop. How did I not realize? 2 million sales. Okay. Caitlin Minimalist. If you're not her, you can't use this as a keyword, but amazing that she is trending. Pretty nice shop. A minimalist, fairly simple. Yeah, some of these are pretty nice. I don't know much about jewelry to comment on how handmade they are, but whoever Caitlin Minimalist is, people know your name and are really starting to search. Look, that is brand awareness. That is well done. But anyway, sadly, that's not something that the rest of us can use. But you could possibly, definitely, if you're a minimalist jewelry maker, you could possibly use her for some inspiration. You can't copy her keywords because obviously she's dominating her keywords, but look at those type of photographs, the type of items that people are liking. But let's look for some better potential. Oh, very sad. In loving memory. Yes. So minimalist sympathy cards, memorials absolutely make sense. And that's something that's sadly riding high all year round. Minimalist movie poster. That's going to be kind of difficult to not hit copyright things, but I have seen if you do like digital art and things, you could make people their own movie poster, something of their life, a movie poster for someone's big event, like their 21st birthday, make a movie poster for their party or something, because, yeah, that's popular. Los Angeles minimalist. Wow, never heard of, but that's a growing. That is so cool. Scan to pay signs. So, is this shop owners who are wanting cool things? Scan to pay? Interesting, but there's trends to that is too regular. Yeah, I never like it when it's got exactly the same number of searches. That either says some kind of glitch, which I don't think so, but it is more likely, I don't know, something was almost automatedly sending views or something. It looks more bot-like. Now, of course, minimalist, if you're doing minimalist, it's going to be in black and white and in a lot of instances. So again, that's not a keyword you have to run with, but keep in your head that that's a popular thing. And with 4 million of the listings, in a competition with over 4 million. Can you do minimalist in a different color? Because all that black and white is beautiful and it's what people like, but that's already saturated. So can we do minimalist in some different colors, a wee pop of color, something cool, and then you'd actually stand out? See, sometimes you look at the trends and jump on them. Sometimes you look at the trends and go, how can I be different? um, uh, Minimalist resume. Interesting. Yeah. Unfortunately, as we know now, it's not a huge number of people searching, but it is a low competition. So that is something. Digital resumes, curriculum vitae, CVs, cover letters, all these kind of templates are super popular. So if you had a really nice style, you could certainly, like, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to make a minimalist planner. Now, more people are searching for a minimalist resume and there's less competition. So maybe that's a good place to get in. And absolutely, if you start building up some kind of digital template shop, they are huge. And it's not, I'm not going to say it's easy. It is, design is a skill. It really is. And you need to know what you're doing. But if you have like a really good resume template, then you could add different themes to it to have minimalist in a few colors. Perhaps, well, you wouldn't do a cutesy thing, but you could say modern, you could say professional, different types of resumes, and then cover letters, all sorts of things. But yes, anything that can, there has been the great resignation that people have talked about after the global unpleasantness. So some people are looking for jobs and stuff again. And yeah, I don't know the last time when I wrote a CV, it was a very long time ago. So if I was going to write one, I need some hand holding. I need someone to help me do it. So there's a cool thing. So you could do a resume. I would absolutely aim for the American market first because it's much bigger. But then look, what's the differences in different countries? Could you do what we call it in the UK a CV? Could you do one based on the best practices in the UK and then based in the best practices in Canada, Australia? Work through the ETSI core markets and see, how much work do you actually have to do to convert one from the other? I think that might be our find, but let's go down some more. As we said, planners are cool. It's a good thing to get into, but I wouldn't jump in with minimalist because the competition's there and the searches are not. Minimalist hair clip, right? There is quite a bit of jewelry things about earrings and hair clip now. Now I could see hair clip, I think probably barrette, lots of terms, but minimalist hair clip for wedding, for bridesmaid, for bride, for mother of the bride. There's a whole load of things there. And that is pretty good. It is being searched for. It's a bit sporadic, but it looks averagely on the upcline. Minimalist decor bedroom. I wouldn't necessarily, with that competition and that much searches, I would probably be looking for more little items that can be used in a bedroom. And if you were running, say, a blog or something, then you could do a kind of style guide and style out these areas. What could people put in a bedroom and stuff? Oh, hilarious. But this was a one-off spike. So sadly, this could have been quite a good keyword, but it really isn't. And also, I would like to say, for those of you who are in the US, fanny pack means something very different in the UK. I have just made the entirety of the UK chortle like a small child for saying that word. But anyway, we know what you mean. But anyway, fanny pack's minimalist leather belt bag. So it was a one-off spike. Don't know, could have been a blogger or something, had just put a link in their blog and took you to the search page for that to show really cool things. But it does say minimalist leather belt bag. We call them a bum bag here in the UK. You could also have a courier bag, handbag. People are still liking leather bags, so that's kind of good to know. Oh, hilarious. Wallet for men. So if we think where minimalist wallet just sort of started with the searches, and wallet for men fell off a cliff. Interesting. Um, but oh, there's Caitlin Minimalist got another search again. But yes, I don't think we're going to see any absolute banger keywords that are brand new here. But it's not a bad thing. With still, from looking at this, there's still loads of ideas of what's trending with styles and everything else. I hope you can see how you can do a deep dive. You might not necessarily find the exact banger keywords, but you can still get some ideas. I would definitely, if you're making jewelry and you jumped on the lesbian earring trend, which I know quite a few people did, we've seen certainly like clip-on earrings could be a thing to work on. I just hit that light again. Wonderful. Anyway, I hope that helps. A little look at what's new for the month. And yeah, let me know what you think. I really enjoy doing these, and you seem to enjoy watching them. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.